My own sister destroyed my reputation. To hide her affair, not a stranger, not a friend, my blood. Overnight, my family turned against me. My phone stopped ringing, my name became poison. But what she didn't know was that I had proof. And when the truth came out, it didn't just clear my name, it destroyed her entire world. My sister's name is Lauren. She's older than me by 3 years. Growing up, she was my protector, the one who stood up for me when bullies were cruel, the one who helped me with homework, the one who held my hand when our parents fought. People always said we were inseparable, and we were. We shared clothes, secrets, dreams, trauma, childhood memories that bonded us in ways no one else could understand. She was there when I graduated. I was there when she got married. Her husband, Mark, was everything she claimed she wanted. Kind, hardworking, devoted. He adored her. He posted her constantly. He called her the love of his life, and I believed him. I had no reason not to. While Lauren was building a family, I was building a career. I worked in marketing, long hours, deadlines, travel. I didn't have much time for relationships, and honestly, I wasn't looking. I loved my independence. Lauren used to tease me. "You're going to end up alone with a cat," I'd laugh. "At least the cat won't lie to me." We joked. We teased. We supported each other, or so I thought. It started on a Tuesday, a completely ordinary Tuesday. I was at work when my phone started blowing up. Calls, texts, missed calls. From my mom, my dad, my aunt, my cousin. I answered my mother first. Her voice was cold. "What did you do?" She asked. I was confused. "What are you talking about?" "Don't pretend," she snapped. "Your sister is in pieces." I felt my stomach drop. "What happened?" She said, "You know exactly what happened." Then she hung up. I stood frozen in my office, heart racing, confused, terrified. I called Lauren. No answer. I called Mark, straight to voicemail. I checked my messages. There was one text from Lauren. "I can't believe you did this to me." No context, no explanation, just accusation. That night, my parents called a family meeting. No warning, no explanation. "Just come over now." I walked into their living room and felt the tension immediately. My mother wouldn't look at me. My father looked angry. Lauren was on the couch, red eyes, shaking hands, holding tissues. Mark stood near the doorway, arms crossed, jaw tight. I hadn't even sat down before my mother said, "How could you sleep with your sister's husband?" The room went silent. My heart stopped. "What?" I said. "You heard me," she said. "Lauren told us everything." Lauren looked up at me with tears streaming down her face. "I trusted you," she whispered. "I invited you into my home. I let you around my husband. I felt like I was suffocating." "I would never do that," I said. "Never." Mark looked at me with disgust. "Don't lie," he said. "We know." "Know what?" I asked. "What proof do you have?" Lauren reached for her phone. And that's when my life fell apart. Lauren showed the family screenshots, messages, photos, conversations, all allegedly between me and Mark, flirty texts, late-night messages, photos of a woman that looked like me, photos of a man that looked like Mark. I stared at the screen in shock. "That's not me," I said. "Those messages aren't mine." My father stood up. "Are you seriously going to lie to us?" "I'm not lying," I cried. "I've never touched Mark. I've never flirted with him. I've never sent him anything like this." Lauren sobbed. "Why would I fake this?" she asked. "Why would I destroy my own marriage if it wasn't true?" No one answered, because no one thought she could. But I knew something was wrong. Those messages didn't sound like me. The tone wasn't mine. The timing wasn't mine. The style wasn't mine, but no one wanted logic. They wanted someone to blame, and I was standing right there. That night, I was asked to leave, not asked politely, told, "Until this is resolved, My father said, "You're not welcome here." Lauren wouldn't look at me. Mark wouldn't speak to me. My mother cried. I walked out of my childhood home feeling like I had been erased. Within hours, the story spread. Friends blocked me. Relatives stopped talking to me. People I grew up with unfollowed me. My phone became silent. My name became toxic. All because of a lie. I cried for 2 days. I cried until I couldn't breathe. I cried until my eyes burned. I cried because I had lost my family. I cried because I had lost my reputation. I cried because my own sister betrayed me. But on the 3rd day, something changed. I stopped crying and I started thinking. Because crying wouldn't clear my name, but truth would. And I knew one thing for sure. Lauren was lying. Not just lying, she was framing me. And people don't frame others unless they're hiding something. I started with the screenshots. I asked Lauren for the originals. She refused. That was my first red flag. So I examined the images she had shown. Metadata didn't match. Timestamps didn't line up. Message formats were inconsistent with the apps we used. Some photos were cropped in ways that suggested editing, but suspicion isn't proof. So I dug deeper. I checked my phone records. No messages to Mark, no calls, no missed calls. No deleted messages, nothing. Then I checked my email, nothing. Social media, nothing. So how could these messages exist? They couldn't, which meant someone had created them. I reached out to a tech-savvy friend. I showed him the screenshots. He examined them closely. These are fake, he said. How do you know? I asked. Because the font spacing is off. The message bubbles aren't aligned correctly. And the timestamps don't match the server format. My heart pounded. Can you prove it? I asked. He nodded. I can trace where they came from. 2 days later, he called me. You're not going to like this, he said. They were created on Lauren's laptop. I felt sick, but also vindicated. Because now I knew this wasn't a misunderstanding. This wasn't confusion. This was intentional. But the question remained, why? Why would my sister destroy my life? Why would she fake evidence? Why would she risk everything? The answer came unexpectedly. Mark called me. His voice sounded tired. Can we talk? He asked. I hesitated. Why? I asked. Because something doesn't add up, he said. And I think you're telling the truth. That was the first time anyone had said that. We met. He looked broken. Lauren hasn't let me see the messages on her phone, he said. Only screenshots. That's because they're fake, I said. He rubbed his face. She's been distant, defensive, secretive. My heart dropped. Mark, I said, is there someone else? He froze. What do you mean? Is Lauren seeing someone else? His silence was answer enough. Mark admitted something shocking. A few weeks before everything happened, he had found suspicious messages on Lauren's phone. Not from me, from another man, a coworker. She had brushed it off, said it was nothing, said he was overreacting. Then suddenly, she accused me. That's when it hit me. She wasn't protecting herself from her husband. She was redirecting suspicion. She was shifting blame. She was creating a villain, and she chose me. I didn't want revenge. I wanted my name back. But I also wanted the truth exposed, not quietly, not privately, publicly, because she destroyed me publicly. So I would expose her publicly, but not recklessly, strategically. I told Mark everything. Showed him the evidence, showed him the tech analysis, showed him my phone records. He was devastated. She used you to save herself, he said. Yes, I said. And now it's time she faces the truth. We planned carefully, silently, together. A week later, my parents organized a family dinner. They wanted to talk things out. Lauren agreed. Mark agreed. They invited me reluctantly. I knew this was my moment. not to scream, not to argue, not to cry, but to expose. The dinner was tense. No one smiled, no one laughed. Lauren avoided eye contact. Mark looked distant. My parents sat stiffly. After a few minutes, my mother spoke. "We're here to resolve this," she said. "We need the truth," Lauren sighed dramatically. "I already told you the truth," she said. I stayed quiet. My father looked at me. "Well," he said. I took a breath. "I agree," I said. "We need the truth," Lauren rolled her eyes. "You already heard it." I smiled slightly. "No," I said. "You heard her story." The room went silent. I reached into my bag, pulled out my phone, connected it to the TV. "I'd like to show you something," I said. Lauren's eyes widened. "What are you doing?" she asked. "Showing the truth," I replied. I played the video. It showed the metadata analysis, the file creation dates, the device identification, the editing artifacts. Then I showed the phone records, no messages, no calls, no contact. Then I showed the email logs, nothing. Then I showed the expert report, conclusion. The messages were fabricated. The room was silent. Lauren's face turned pale. Lauren stood up. "This is ridiculous," she said. "You manipulated this." I looked at her calmly. "No," I said. "You manipulated me." Then I turned to Mark. "Do you want to tell them?" I asked. Mark stood up. His voice shook. "I found messages on Lauren's phone from another man." Lauren gasped. "You promised you wouldn't tell." The room exploded. My mother stood up. "What is he talking about?" Mark continued. "She's been having an affair." And when I confronted her, she blamed her sister. Lauren burst into tears. "That's not true," she screamed. I reached into my bag again and pulled out screenshots, real ones, not fake. Messages between Lauren and her coworker, photos, meeting plans, hotel bookings, proof. I placed them on the table. "Is this fake too?" I asked. Lauren collapsed into the chair. Her face crumpled. She didn't scream. She didn't deny. She didn't argue. She cried. "I didn't mean for it to go this far," she whispered. My father's voice was cold. "You destroyed your sister's life." My mother covered her mouth. "I didn't think anyone would believe me anyway," Lauren said. "I thought they'd choose her over me." My heart broke. Not for her, for the truth of what she just said. She didn't trust her own family, so she sacrificed me instead. Mark stood up. "I'm filing for divorce," he said. Lauren cried harder. My parents looked at me. My mother walked over, tears in her eyes. "I'm so sorry," she said. "We should have believed you." My father lowered his head. "I failed you," he said. I didn't feel relief. I felt numb. Because being right doesn't erase the pain of being wrong. Word spread quickly, just like the lie had. Friends called. Relatives apologized. People who had blocked me unblocked me. People who had judged me now defended me. But the damage was done. Trust doesn't reset. It rebuilds slowly, painfully, carefully. A week later, Lauren asked to meet. I didn't want to, but I agreed. We sat across from each other in a cafe. She looked broken. "I'm sorry," she said. I looked at her. "For what?" I asked. "For lying," she said. "For framing me," I asked. She nodded. "For destroying my life," I asked. She nodded again. "For making our family choose between us," I asked. She cried. "I didn't think," she said. I was scared. "Fear doesn't excuse betrayal," I said. She reached for my hand. I pulled away. "I forgive you," I said. Her face brightened. "But I don't trust you," I added. Her face fell. "And forgiveness doesn't mean access," I continued. "You don't get to hurt me and then expect me to let you back in my life like nothing happened." She nodded slowly. "I understand," she said. That was the last real conversation we had. Healing wasn't quick. I lost more than just reputation. I lost innocence. I lost blind trust. I lost the sister I thought I had. But I gained something too: clarity, strength, self-respect, and the ability to protect my peace. I went to therapy. I journaled. I traveled. I rebuilt, not the relationship with her, but the relationship with myself. The real lesson wasn't about revenge. It wasn't about exposure. It wasn't about being right. It was about this: the people who hurt you the most are often the ones closest to you. Not because they're evil, but because they're human. And humans are capable of terrible things when they're afraid. But fear doesn't justify betrayal. Looking back, there were signs. Lauren became defensive whenever I was around Mark. She started accusing me of being too friendly. She withdrew emotionally. She projected her guilt onto me. But I didn't see it because I trusted her. And trust without boundaries can be dangerous. There's a difference between protecting yourself and destroying someone else to protect yourself. Lauren didn't protect herself. She destroyed me. And that's the line you can't cross and expect forgiveness without consequences. If someone ever tries to ruin your reputation, don't scream, don't beg. Don't panic, document, observe, investigate. Truth doesn't need volume. It needs proof, and proof doesn't argue. It speaks, my name was cleared, but my heart was changed, and that's okay. Because I'd rather have a changed heart than a broken one. She tried to save herself by destroying me, but in the end, her lie destroyed her, and my truth set me free.